combat, exploration, roleplay. These are the three core tenets of Dungeons and Dragons. But therein lies the eternal question, which of these three is most important and which is least important? Welcome to the Master Debater Dungeons and Dragons Edition Episode 3, Ranking Combat, Exploration, and Roleplay in Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you who do not know what's going on, please watch the first couple minutes of this video right up here to explain the rules of what this game is all about. But in short, I asked two Dungeons and Dragons players to rank combat, exploration, and roleplay in terms of most to least important and why, and the answer wasn't really what I was expecting. This was all recorded live on twitch.tv, link in the description below, so be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy the Master Debater D&D edition. My two players in my campaign are going to square off here. Commander and Cinnabon.
Oh no.
It's your turn. It's your turn to square off. The three pillars of D&D: combat, roleplay, exploration. I want you to give me the priority list of which is the most important of these three. You know, you're familiar with these. You know what they are: combat, and exploration, and roleplay. Which is the most important? Go down the line. Give me why. Why is it important in the way that it is to the game of Dungeons and Dragons? The most important, most to least important. So with that,
it has to be different, right?
It should be. I mean, there's like 9 different combinations. I'd be very surprised if you hit the same one. But
fair.
In the event that you do, just free ball it, pick a different one. But with that, somebody call me a coin flip.
Tail, because tailspin is cute.
Tail, because tailspin is cute. It is heads. The coin does not agree with you.
Let's go.
Commander, first or second?
I'm gonna let Cinnabon go first.
Damn.
You're gonna let Cinnabon go.
I was gonna write notes.
You're gonna let Cinnabon go first. Okay, well, chat. 30 seconds left to gamble those points. Timer going up. 1 minute 30 on the clock. Cinnabon, you are going first. Your time begins now.
All right. So I am personally under the impression that, you need to have a good balance of all three. None is specifically more important. But if I were to have to actually order them, probably roleplay, exploration, and combat. Yeah. So I'm like, wait a second. Each fulfills a good purpose in your campaign. But roleplay is definitely that's how you interact with each other. That's how you grow. That's how interaction, or that's how I guess the story plays out. I know it also depends though on what you as a DM and as a player want from the campaign, which is why it's so tricky to figure out. It's not set per se, but this is just for campaigns that I play, because a lot of the times it's streamed, or I just want to have that camaraderie, that growth. So yeah, first off, roleplay, and then second, exploration is second most important, because that's how that's more of world building and finding out.
And that's time. You can get to it on your second go around. Commander, 1 minute 30 on the clock. Your time begins now.
Meta, this is a bullshit question. This question makes no fucking sense. So I'll explain why, instead of trying to fight with an argument that I agree with on Cinnabon's. I would say roleplay, exploration, combat would be the way it would go, but it doesn't make any sense because roleplay is required for all of those things. I think that if you prioritize roleplay at the top of everything else, then you can make combat into a roleplay encounter. You can make exploration into a roleplay experience. I think that roleplay is a totally different thing than exploration and combat. If you had asked me the question, which one is more important, exploration or combat, then I think I could have given a better answer to this question, a more kind of pointed answer. But the real answer is roleplay trumps everything else, because everything is roleplay. It's a role-playing game. And combat gives you so many opportunities to do cool cool role play things. For example, the bard that was mentioned earlier. You can have a horny bard change an entire combat by seducing somebody mid-fight with their words and their combat, where they bring the person in close, chest to chest, you know, and they're like, hey, you're a pretty good fighter. And then the other person's like, okay, and they like push him off. And then 2 rounds later, the other person kind of like goes to stab and the bard dodges. And they're like, wow, you're a pretty good dodger. And he's like, yeah, I know. And then like that combatant is just gone now. Like that combatant is just one.
Well, that's time. Cinnabon. 1 minute 30. Back over to you. Your time begins now.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, damn, that interaction. I know we're supposed to be like actually debating, but the role play is definitely the most important. And I guess like expanding on exploration and combat in regards to role playing, like like I feel like combat is the means to some exploration, like and it's like I'm trying to think of like the ends justify the means, where it's just all so interconnected. Like they aren't necessarily more important than the other than role play. And yeah, I'm trying to like think more on importance, but I think they're all just like so entwined, it's hard to like or rank them. I guess I'll just yield my time to the chair.
Okay. Commander, 1 minute 30. Your time begins now.
Okay, so people want to know how that scene ends. Come on, we gotta finish the scene, right? I use my time wisely here, correctly. So the combatant throws their rapier out. The bard dodges out of the way. The combatant says, "Oh, you're pretty good," and the bard says, "Yeah, I know, I'm pretty good." And as they continue to kind of fence back and forth in this dance, the rest of the party's fighting the main boss. This is just one of the kind of smaller minions, maybe one of the henchmen. And the bard says, "Hey, you know, why don't you and I team up against this guy? This guy's." He's controlling you. You're a slave to this guy. We don't need to. You and me can be together." And the combatant says, "Well, no, but he has my family. Well, I'll help you save your family. No problem. We just need to kill this guy first." And so then they turn on the main boss, and you've got a completely different combat now. Everyone in the party is laughing. Everyone's having a great time. The bard feels like an absolute badass in that moment because they role played a scenario in combat that changed everything around. Then they all fight the big boss together. You have like a new almost NPC party member that's with you that was originally a bad guy. At the end of the combat, as they're standing there covered in blood, they kiss each other, smearing the blood all over each other's face. They make out a little bit. It's real hot and heavy. The bard creates Leovold's tiny hut, or whatever it is, the little tiny hut, and they go in there together, and it's just a beautiful moment for everybody all around. I think that would be perfect.
God damn it. All right, that's time. 1 minute.
All right. So
1 minute back. This is a 1 minute back and forth now. Now that you've both gone, this is a back and forth period between you two. Both of your times begin now.
Now that actually creates opportunity for exploration. After that roleplay combat, that leads more towards
exploring each other,
but also that brings in a new dynamic where that guy has a family. Like now you can go on your side quest, you can save his family, you can have those NPCs and see how they react to their child, like saving them and finding love. Like that's a whole nother just like that's a good hour or so of content.
Thank you so much for proving my point, Cinnabon.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know.
I give up the rest of my time.
Yeah. So yeah, RP, exploration, combat. Exactly.
She really killed it.
No,
all
I
right.
didn't. I seduced them.
Well, that's time. All right. Well, You know,
You know who really lost this round, MetaFamous?
Meta.
You
Yeah,
did.
Meta-
No,
Famous
you
lost
see, you
this
say
round.
that, but Commander, I think you just gave me one of the greatest ideas that I've ever had in my life, and I'm gonna,
What's that?
and you'll see that coming pretty soon. I just figured
So when
something out.
Destinova,
Pretty big.
like,
No,
tries to woo
nothing to do
someone.
with our current campaign, but I found out the best idea for something new I want to try. But with
both
that,
won.
the rest of the judges need to vote too. We're gonna start down bottom.
luck.
We're gonna start down bottom up this time. Tailspin. Who did it better?
Cinna, you know I want to give it to you,
I know, it's okay.
but
Give me another time.
Now that's a bar, baby.
Fucks.
yeah, Commander had it. He took it. He ran with it. He didn't even debate the question, but he still won, and
Oh,
that is a master debater.
Oh boy. All right, Nate takes. Who did it better?
It's so hard on merits of debate. That wasn't even a debate. They were just agreeing with each other the entire time. Like I don't know how to go. I think I'll just go on like the standards of like how they compose each other or compose themselves while debating, and I have to give that one to Commander. He did a fantastic job with his story, with just laying out his thought process. So on that alone, I'm definitely going Commander.
All right, Professor Raptor Biscuit. Who did it better?
Commander. His argument was well thought out. They didn't debate. They just agreed with each other. It's just who agreed better.
All
And so
right.
I get, yeah.
All
Commander.
right. Joe Cat, who did it better?
Commander, absolutely. And I don't think it's relevant if they were agreeing or not. I just like Cinnabon made me tolerant towards that idea, but Commander gave me possibilities. He gave me he gave me ideas of what I could use that point for. And just like Nate said, he was better composed. I feel like he was able to get his point across without spending too much time, and I feel like Cinnabon was not like, you gotta go in stronger. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I could see other point. No you're too soft. Get hard.
She's sweet. I love Cinnabon so much.
Get hard.
So yes, Commander.
All right. Get hard. It's another vote for Commander.
Like the movie.
Bill, come over.
All right. No man. Who did it better?
Okay, so I think we can all agree that the actual winner here is the Bard in Commander's story, who did manage to find love and therefore won the greatest prize of all. However, as they did agree on the same points, for sheer audacity, I have to give it to Commander. It's such a power move being like, no, host, you're wrong. And I appreciate that.
That happens every show though. But anyway, that's another vote for Commander. Shrub, who did it better?
I'm gonna go with Commander as well. Just the passion behind it, the energy he put into it, how far he went. It made for a better listening on his minutes. No offense to you, Cinnabon.
Oh, no, none taken.
All right. Well, with 70% of chat vote, I believe that's a shutout. Commander, congratulations on your victory for the winner of Debate 3 of Round 1. Congratulations. Yeah, this is nothing new. I get roasted for at least one of my questions literally every single show, so it's not that uncommon.